In the world of AI, things are changing so fast, it can seriously make your head spin. And this week is no exception. We've got a surprise challenger that might have just knocked the US off the top spot. Software companies are in a big-time struggle for survival, and we're finally starting to talk about the hidden cost of this whole revolution. So let's get into it. Okay, let's just start with a huge question. For as long as most of us can remember, the US has been the undisputed king of the hill in AI. But a crazy new release from a company you might not expect is making everyone ask, is that reign finally over? And that leads us right to our first story, a new challenger coming out of China. An unexpected player just dropped a model that pretty much came out of nowhere and is now resetting what everyone thought was possible. So the company we're talking about is ByteDance. Yep, the same folks who make TikTok. They just quietly released this new video model called Dance 2.0, and wow, the early demos are absolutely staggering. This isn't just some minor update. This feels like a genuine, massive leap forward in the technology. So what's all the fuss about? Well, the model has some incredible features. We're talking 2K resolution, really strong character consistency, which is tough to do. And it can even handle multiple camera cuts in a single 15-second clip. But there's one capability that truly stands out from the rest. According to Ray Dow, a former senior engineer at Google, the real game changer is what's called native audio generation. See, other models like Sora make the video first, then they basically tack on the sound afterward. But Dance 2.0 creates the audio at the exact same time as the video. This means you get perfect lip syncing and sound that's completely integrated with whatever is happening on screen. It's a whole other level. Now, a jump in technology this big doesn't just happen in a bubble. It's creating these massive shockwaves across the entire software industry. It's basically turning into AI's version of survival of the fittest, forcing a very simple choice: adapt or get left behind. And if you want to see just how real that pressure is, look no further than Monday.com. This number, a drop of 21%, was their stock plunge in a single day. It's become this powerful symbol of the danger that software companies face when Wall Street decides you're not an AI native. So why the huge panic? Well, their current growth is actually okay, but investors are always playing chess, looking 5 moves ahead. Their 2026 revenue forecast got slashed by a third, and then the company just completely pulled its guidance for 2027. To the market, that smells like fear, and they are betting that big-time disruption is coming. And this is creating a huge divide in the market. On one side, you've got companies like Monday.com, seen as clinging to the old way of doing things. But on the other side, you have a company like Databricks. They're absolutely thriving by building what's called an agentic stack. Think of it as a smart AI layer on top of their core product. And because they dove headfirst into that AI transition, their revenue is just soaring. And just how big of a deal is that transition? Check this out. A staggering 80% of new databases being built on the Databricks platform are now built by AI agents, not by humans. Just think about that for a second. On their platform, AI is literally building more enterprise software than people are. That's wild. With all this intense competition heating up, you know the market leader isn't just going to sit on its hands. So now, let's look at OpenAI's two-prong strategy to stay ahead of the pack. Okay, first up, they've got to make money. So OpenAI is finally rolling out ads for ChatGPT, but they've watched other companies face huge backlash over user data and privacy, so they're being extremely careful with how they do this. Their entire approach is built around user control. Ads will only show up for free and low-tier users. They're going to be in a separate, clearly marked section, not junking up your chats. And you get full control. You can dismiss the ads, turn off targeting, and even delete all your ad data. It's honestly one of the most user-focused ad rollouts we've ever seen. But making money is only part one. Part two of their push is, of course, the product itself. The rumor mill is on fire right now because internal messages from CEO Sam Altman were leaked, and they suggest a new, updated chat model could launch as soon as this week. The general thinking is that this will be GPT 5.3 for everybody. And this move makes total sense when you look at their momentum. I mean, their recently released coding model Codeex got over 1 million downloads in its first week alone. 1 million! It just shows you how much appetite there is for whatever they build next. So all of this innovation, from China, from Databricks, from OpenAI, it's all incredibly exciting, but it all comes with a hidden price tag, a massive physical footprint that we're really only just now starting to deal with. That's actually why the White House is now getting involved. They're pushing the big AI companies to sign a pact to protect local communities from the negative side effects of this massive boom in data center construction. And here's what's really at stake. The government wants these companies to promise that building these massive data centers won't cause your electricity prices to spike, that they won't drain local water supplies, and that they won't threaten the entire power grid. And, crucially, they want to pledge that the tech firms will be the ones to pay for any necessary upgrades, not the taxpayers. All of which kind of brings us back to one final big question. We're seeing unbelievable innovation from companies like ByteDance, we're seeing huge disruption in the software market, and we're seeing this massive physical build-out to make it all happen. But as this revolution just keeps speeding up, you have to ask, who or what is ultimately going to pay the price?